Ha! Welcome to the first ever Superhamrick podcast with Aaron Little, also known as NerdyPizza. Is that right?
NerdyPizza, that's right.
And NerdyPizza 1 on YouTube.
That's right. If you search for it, it'll come up. It's the first channel there.
It's probably the only one, too.
There's other ones. You'd be surprised. You
Are there other
evil
NerdyPizzas?
Man. No. I mean, there's... actually, my channel gets... if you search NerdyPizza, Nerdy Nummies comes up. Which is a girl that she does cooking, but like nerdy cooking. Like she does like plants from like Mario and stuff like that, like cookies and stuff like that. So like that's what comes up if you search for Nerdy Pizza. And I'm on the second page. Oh yeah, well, that's not recording, is it?
Yeah, I'm starting my GoPro, so this is gonna be really late. All right, second slate because this is editing. Good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we start our videos and audio and stuff like that to match up. So,
in case you didn't know.
Yeah, that's partially how we start videos. Segue into what we're going to talk about.
YouTube channels.
I'm a genius, aren't I? Yeah, so obviously this is on YouTube. So we're going to talk about a little bit about our YouTube channels and then some of the other stuff that we do in our regular daily lives.
This is true.
So, tell me how you got your YouTube channel started.
Nerdy Pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
How'd you come up with the name though? Because like mine, I have a story for mine. We'll get to that in just a second. But how did you get the?
It's really unexciting, actually.
It probably.
To be honest with you.
I feel like it is.
So, like me and my buddy Chris, I wanted to start a YouTube channel because I had a personal one, and actually my personal YouTube channel I started 11 months after YouTube started. So you after YouTube's fresh. You're like, I want to get on that train. Yeah.
So you got on the hype train before it really got big.
That's true.
And that was what?
That was 05.
5 when YouTube.
Well, I started in 06.
Okay.
But anyway, Nerdy Pizza, we started it back in 2010 actually, and I've always at that time I wanted to do videos. I mean, I've always really done videos a lot, but I wanted somewhere else to share it. So I talked to my friend Chris, and we, growing up, we used to do stupid little videos, and I would put them on MySpace, which is actually funny. And so I decided, I told him I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and he was down with it. So this is how the name. I mean, I was like, we need a name, and he's like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, how about this? I'm like, I'm nerdy, and you like pizza. So let's name it Nerdy Pizza. And that's how the name got started, which is really...
There was no thought to go.
There was no thought
at
all. But, I mean, it's kind of, people, I mean, it's unique, I guess. It's really weird. But, I don't see any other channels like that besides Nerdy. Freaking Nummies.
It's a unique name, though. So it's no one's going to steal it. So, the one really is just more URL purposes because it's we need to have something on there. I didn't have to do that with mine. I voluntarily chose to put the number on mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but with my channel, the way it started is it birthed out of I have 2 channels technically. My old one, we'll start there. My old one, which is Hamrick 2013, because I was like, you know what, last name and then year I graduate. That seems like the logical thing. But what I did was, with YouTube, it started way back in probably, I would say, 8th or 9th grade. When I'd started taking photography, just pictures of on my DC trip in 8th grade with school and stuff like that. Freshman year, me and my best friend Joel, we would just occasionally this is a dumb idea. There was tons of cringeworthy stuff on the beginning of that channel. I go back and just be like, that was so bad.
There's cringeworthy stuff on Nerdy Pizza.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird that you have that stuff at the beginning. We'll get back to that too, but it's kind of just a loophole. But with mine, it was just, for me, YouTube was just a place to dump those videos. Yeah. So it was this is a funny video, and I didn't edit them. It was just on the camera. Yeah. And then there was some that I took a couple takes. Yeah. Which I was let's just do it a couple times. Right. It was different. For us now, it's takes. Yeah. But I would throw them all up on my channel just because I was I need somewhere to dump it because I was logically I'm going to lose computer space. Yeah. So I just threw them up on there. after a while, I was like, oh, I started making them like pause and was like, okay, well, I want it to look good. It was like, oh, well, I'm editing on the camera that I have, which is like a red point and shoot camera. And you could pause the video, kind of like you do with anything now.
Yeah.
We paused it, and I would do that, and I'd time it and everything like that. And there was some that was like, it was kind of creative how I did it, where we'd have jumping on the trampoline. I'd have to strategically pause it, have great timing, pause it. We did one where he like belly flopped onto the trampoline, pause it, he's laying underneath, unpause it, he's laying underneath, pause it again, and then do that jumping again.
Stuff like that
so it's like where you couldn't edit it.
Yeah.
But like now we would edit it. It's like, oh, he jumped on a trampoline, have him land on the ground.
Right.
Excuse me. But I'd have videos like that. But then my mentality was, I just wanted to start making them look good. Not thinking that I want to get into video. So throughout high school, like as I'm growing and going from underclassmen to upperclassmen, I'm just editing the videos and stuff like that. I get into editing, and a friend of mine from church, and he's like an elder at the church, he gives me this Premiere Elements 7. I was like, oh, cool. He's like, this is an Adobe editing software. You can use it because I see you like doing videos. I was like, okay. I tried it.
So you started out with Premiere.
I started out with Premiere Elements 7.
There you go.
And it was old, and there's not a lot of features because you had to like pay for the other stuff, kind of like you do now. But what I would do
better than what I started out with.
I started using that after I used Windows Movie Maker.
That's what I used.
I think everybody started with Windows Movie Maker.
Did.
Just like,
that's true.
I have a lot of videos on there from like when I would record Dirt to Daytona on the GameCube and like Super Draft, like the cheat and stuff like. I'd actually record the screen.
I had a friend.
This is back before we had screen capturing cards and stuff like that, which I don't use now. I use an editing software, or recording software, like a screen capture software. So as the cat's chasing the bug over there in the background,
Completely forgot to put them away.
Yeah. It's like I don't know what it is, not a dragonfly, whatever it is. Anyways, back on topic. So yeah, I would edit those with Windows Movie Maker, and then I would move to Adobe Premiere Elements 7.
Yeah.
After, I think it was 2010, I had a ton of videos, just pointless videos that got like 10 views type of thing, like since we didn't have exposure. Right. I think it's got like 30 subscribers on it. I forgot my password. So that is how, and in those old videos on there, you could see Joel in one of the dunk videos, one basketball videos, he just called me Superhamrick. And he was the White Mamba. That was kind of his nickname. Yeah. And he gave himself that nickname, so I call him that too. Just every once in a while, we still go by Joel and Bryce. We call each other that, not our nicknames. But we birthed out the Superhamrick. I was like, huh. So I made a new one. I was like, I'll do Superhamrick. And I was like, I don't want to do a graduation year because that's just going to date me. But so does my birth year. And the reason why I chose my birth year, like 94, was because Julian Smith has it on his videos, and it says Julian Smith 87. I was like, he was born that year. I was like, that kind of makes sense. I was like, then I can just change it to like Superhamrick if I want to. Still have it because I kind of embraced the 94 for more than one reason. It's more like a 94. Be who you are. That's how you're born. That's, I was born that year. I'm just embracing that's what it is. So that's how that second channel came about, and I
forgot to
went from there. Open the can. Do it. We're not going to avoid that. I don't even.
My bad.
No, it's fine. That's what the whole point of this is. But yeah, that's how I got to the second channel, which I have now, which I have 185, 186 subscribers around there, depending on who I have.
I have 117.
I'm sorry.
Shut your mouth. I got a subscriber today. You know how I did it? Oh. This girl, I have been messing with her. I'm sorry, this is not.
No, it's good.
I was like, you need to subscribe. And she's like, I don't know, I don't, blah, blah, blah. And I mess with her, and I've been messing with her for like a week. We just moved, so she's just been sitting across from me fairly recently. Mm-hmm. So I'd take my sticky notes, and I would write NerdPizza1, which is what you search for, and I'd just slap it on on her cubicle. and I kept doing it. And I think I did it like 7 or 8 times, until my mom gave me these huge sticky notes. They're like, it's like a 12 by 12. They're big and they're like novelty size. And I wrote NerdPizza1 really big today, and it went whoosh, and I slapped it on hers.
Like, subscribe to me now.
Well, that didn't even get her, is the thing. She hadn't done it yet. They had gotten pizza, and I don't know if this was a banana pepper or what, but it had a little bit of kick to it. She's like, eat this. And then the kid behind her was like, yeah, come on, Nerdy Pizza 1. And I was like, are you going to subscribe? And she's like, yeah.
What was that?
Cats.
Did you knock the box down?
Yeah, freaking cats. Anyway, she's like, eat this. And so I was like, are you going to subscribe? Yeah.
Guilt trip.
And like, I was like, oh, I took the whole thing. I bit the whole thing whole and I ate it.
How big was it? Was it one of the little square
It was
pieces?
if you ever had Papa John's, their size.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what kind of pepper it was.
Oh, okay.
But anyway.
Oh, like those banana peppers.
Yeah, but I don't know if it had a little more spice than a banana pepper did.
That's all how sweet you have it, I guess. Maybe it had more seeds in it.
I ate the seeds.
I love it. Like, I'll eat those. This is totally off track. But I'll eat the banana peppers.
Yeah.
Because I love peppers, hot sauce, cream soda, which we've discussed in other videos that we'll see in the future because this is going to go pretty soon. But I'll eat the banana peppers whole.
Sorry.
The cats running around in the background. I'll eat the banana peppers, whatever, whole or not.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know that little part of it, like, that's still, like, the inside of the pepper that's still attached to the stem?
Yeah.
I'll just put the stem in my mouth, not to the stem, but I'll be, like, chewing and kind of sucking on that end piece that's still part of the pepper that you could theoretically eat, but you don't. Yeah. Like, I don't know why I kind of chew it, like, almost like it's a lollipop, but I actually chew on it. So it's kind of like
really?
It's like a pepper pacifier.
The only part I didn't eat on that is the actual stem. I actually ate that part, too.
I know. I try to eat that until it's, like, no juice. So I'm like, it's almost like like I just said, pepper pacifier.
Pepper
pacifier.
It's a
tongue twister. Jeez. But
yeah, that's how I got my most recent subscriber today. I ate a pepper for further subscribers.
Subscribe for a pepper.
But you know what we didn't discuss is the fact that this podcast will be going up on both of our channels, correct?
Exactly. This will go up on mine right away on
yours will be special though, right? Yours is going to include that.
I have this video element, so if you guys are watching this, we haven't looked at you the whole time and you didn't have the first minute of us. That's okay. But yeah, yours is going to be audio only.
Audio only. And then if you go to Superhamrick94, he'll have the video up if you want to watch it.
Both of our audios mixed in because editing. Because
editing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because editing.
Hashtag editing.
Yeah, we're going to have to transfer a very large audio file.
It's fine. I can handle it.
Yeah, but my subs... I never really tried to get my subs. It's like I probably could have more, but I don't work for it because I'm not super shameless. Like some people are just like, oh, subscribe to me. I'm like,
I'm shameless.
You can subscribe. If
you know what changed?
But what I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was I was on train of thought. But yeah, what I was like, what I normally do is like someone's like, oh, you have a YouTube channel. What do you do? Like when I say like, oh yeah, I do vlogs or something like that. Yeah. That's kind of like my main staples of vlogs. Is that's where I got most of my subscribers throughout college. Yeah. Because I gained like 60 while I was at college, which was just in 2 years. I was like, that was awesome. I
gained a lot too.
Yeah. So we did in college. We did more stuff, but I did more vlogs. So I was like, because that was also kind of a popular thing with YouTube going into like 2013, 14, 15, doing vlogs, and I still do them, just not as frequent because I'm out of college.
Adult life.
Yeah, adult life.
We're adulting.
It's not. Yeah, we adult now, and our jobs are not that interesting. We'll get to those. I never shamelessly plug mine saying like, you gotta subscribe today because I need to make money. I'm like, I don't make money on YouTube because I only have 185 subscribers. You have to make a ton of views just to get it because the YouTube algorithms
and it's not just
ridiculous.
views. It's not just views either. It's
likes,
the amount of time watched.
Yeah, and
that's the more important one.
I think that 10-minute lever that you have to hit or not lever. Pull the lever, Kronk.
What was the most yours has been up to? Do you look at your analytics?
Yeah, I think it topped out at 180. Like the most I've had is 186. Like it'll slowly go up, and I had one, and it's teetered back and forth between that and 186. I think I might have hit 187 or 8, but not much. I'm popping my fingers right now because listen,
right in the microphone.
But yeah, I'm gonna drop my level down one. Actually, no, let's just go down minus 1 decibel, so it doesn't top out as hard. But yeah, like mine. It's when I tell people what it is, I'll be like, oh, well, and they'll pull up your phone like, oh, here, search for it because it's Superhamrick. So it's like the 3 easy words, but it's all together.
Go blue. Go away, blue. He's not mean. Sorry, everybody.
It's just more cats. He's got lots of cats.
You know what? I'll put them away. You keep talking.
No, yeah, but with my when people search for my channel, it's usually like in a circumstance where I'm hanging out with somebody's friends or my friends, and they're like, oh, I want to find your channel. So what I'll do is like they'll have me search for it, and then I search for it on their phone, and then they'll pull it up. And I was like, "Oh, is this it?" I'll be like, "Yeah," and I'll have them subscribe to it, and then usually that's the one way I can like force them to subscribe. And then I'm like, if I lose a subscriber or two, it's not usually where it's like I think someone's unsubscribing because I'm like I feel like it's older people. It's like as older people, as in people have been subscribed forever. That's like, oh, he hasn't posted in a while or something. Like I don't know how I lose subscribers. I'm like, I don't have that many. I'm like, it's got to be people that I either don't talk to anymore or whatever. But that's pretty much where I get my subscribers.
You could be losing subscribers too because of people deleting their accounts. And
people delete their accounts and it goes down.
And it'll go down, but it'll tell you. And if you look in the analytics, it'll tell you why you lost the subscriber if it was a closed account. I always look at the analytics. There's an app that I use too that
YouTube
Google
Studio.
Has.
That's the one that I use on my phone to like check stuff.
I'm sure it's Studio.
But I don't usually get.
It's Studio.
Yeah, that's what I have. But I like subscriber wise, it's like I never am super big because I'm like I don't really care because I'm like if anything, if I cared, it would be to keep a view count and try and make money. But you have to have a super high view count and all that stuff to make the money. Other than that, I've had one video. And it's actually been featured on the Weather Channel on an episode of...
Oh, really?
I think it was Strangest Weather on Earth. And it was like
Did they
an
ask
episode
you?
of video. Yeah, they sent me an email because
Really?
I had... And it was
That's
3 years ago when
Yeah.
we had the wind chill was negative 40
Yeah.
Fahrenheit for all of your American and international people. I don't know what that is in Celsius. It was like negative 15. Air temp was with the wind chill negative 40. So we took like the boiling water and throw it out in the thing and it just vaporized into snow, ice, whatever you want to call it, be scientifically correct. But they proved I don't think we're near it. But dogs barking.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what are they talking about?
If you can't tell, we're recording this at my house.
Yeah. Nice echo. Woo. But
not a studio.
Yeah, not a studio because we're definitely not professionals at all. Not really. We're not good YouTubers. We're okay YouTubers. But the video, I think, now has upwards of almost 90,000, and I do have Wi-Fi, but 90,000 views, and I'll pull it up here.
None of my videos have that amount.
It's crazy because that's like of my most popular uploads. This one's got it's got 88,585.
Good Lord.
I mean, it wasn't a clickbaity title, but I said boiling water freezes midair in Ohio. That's exactly what it did.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, the Weather Channel's like, hey, we're making a video or an episode called like Weather Bombs for Strangest Weather on Earth. I was like, yeah, feel free to use it. I was like, do I get paid at all? That was a big thing. I was like, if you're going to put it on like a national channel, an international channel, the Weather Channel,
they didn't pay you that.
No, but I think they put creds in there because I got a DVD of the episode.
Oh, you did? That's
awesome.
They
sent it to me, and then I think they put credits in at the end of the show, which I haven't looked at the credits to see if it's actually in there. But that's my most popular video outside of national championship reactions of Ohio State and Oregon football. So that's got 12,000. Then the next one is 1,700. 88,000, 12,000. 1,700.
Bryce's channel is a lot better than mine, apparently, because you have so many more views.
I guess. Well, I mean, total views, I have 118,000.
I haven't even looked at mine.
But yeah, that's where my channel is at. That's what I have for the most part right now. I just had a podcast on the NBA Finals Game 5, which I was totally wrong about, but the Bryce is not right. Even though it says the Bryce is right. That was my prediction. I said it was going to end in the next 2 games. I got that part right. Cavs could have won that, by the way. I'm a Cavs fan, so
I'm
like
not a basketball fan.
That's okay. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do because I like to edit stuff, and I edit with. I don't think I ever got to, but I said edit with Premiere Pro.
We both
CS6.
do. We both do
because
CS6.
I'm your second computer technically.
Don't watch this, Adobe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not illegal.
That's true because it is.
Because you paid for it, and we both have it. So, because you can have up to 2 computers. Because why would you have 2 computers except if you had PC like for on the road, and then your tower for home type of thing? Which I think that's kind of what they want you to have, unless you're like, oh, you're in a business and you need 2 for 2 people that are editing. But outside of that,
what you were saying before about you don't plug yourself, you don't shamelessly, you don't. What changed me, because I used to be like that, is remember Christopher Butts?
Yeah, Butts.
Yeah, Butts.
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 That's his actual name. Coolest guy ever there.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Huge. He's tall. He's not fat, but he's built.
He
had a nice beard.
Oh, for sure.
It was like It was a mountain.
It was huge. It was huge.
Coolest guy ever.
But he told me, he's like, just constantly advertise your own channel. Just do it. And that's what I've been doing. Is I constantly, if I get a chance, I'll be like, I'll tell people about it.
Yeah, like I'm always sharing my videos on Facebook. Like I have my Facebook channel to go along with this, which is Superhamrick94.
Yeah.
It's also titled
NerdyPizza
Superhamrick Productions.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a business one, but it's also I throw whatever videos go up. So this will be on there.
Well, it's like a website without a website. Like I don't have a website.
Like I still have my Wix website, but I only edit that every once in a while when something that's really pertaining to someone's like, oh, well, I need to change this as major information. I put it up there.
So what did you start out with, like with your videos, like on Superhamrick94?
Yeah, once I switched to this channel, I added a couple like old ones from the other channel, and I've got, I don't know how many videos I got now.
You probably have more than me.
There's a ton. I'm gonna go oldest by date.
There you go.
Which is, I threw up I called them Super Dunkathons. Because it was like, oh, dunk whatever. Yeah. I threw that up there. Then the first video I did was Kurt's Tebow rant about Tim Tebow. My friend Kurt from church.
Yeah.
And I got a couple ones that were from like my camcorder that had really good stereo microphones. It was in like 480p for some stupid reason. I was like, it's a $300 camcorder and it does 480p. Like, what the heck is the point of this? Right. I was like, that's when I realized, well, this is an HD. This is stupid, but it was widescreen. So I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And
this is all on like Premiere Elements before I got that. And then I had this no editing software because I was like, oh, I didn't like it.
It's funny because you said you didn't edit when you first started. Yeah. I edited all of my videos even before I had my YouTube channel when I would upload to Facebook because or MySpace, but I neglected to mention that I did videos before I did YouTube, like I said, but we did a bunch of scripted stuff before, and which actually, unfortunately, when MySpace changed, I lost everything I uploaded because they shifted around their whole website. They changed it, and I basically deleted all that stuff. So which kind of sucks. That actually, if you've seen it recently, it's more music based now.
What, MySpace? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a SoundCloud type of thing.
Sort of, yeah. I mean it.
So I never had a MySpace. Like I started Facebook in 2009, I think. But I was like, I don't want MySpace because that was kind of like basically now, where it's the face. I don't know if I call it like a rivalry, but it's like Facebook and Twitter. When Twitter came out, I was like, oh, well, you either have Twitter or you don't. I was like, well, no, I like Facebook more. I eventually succumbed to Twitter. I was like, no, Facebook's better than MySpace.
I think they work well together. I think that it can be. You can have both.
You can link them, and I did.
I have a NerdyPizza Twitter as well. That's the one I use actually on my phone. Constantly plugging. See, I'm constantly advertising.
Well, that's what we're doing now. That's how you get out there. But I got old stuff. Like it took me a little bit, like maybe a year max, before I was like, oh, I started editing it, just like subconsciously editing out because like, oh, well, I'm gonna throw it up there. I want it to look good. That's why I started getting into editing, and I was like, oh, well, if I'm shooting stuff, it was like dumb. Like I got my friend Cedric, like when he sang the national anthem at a basketball game when we were in pep band in high school. Me, where I threw and then the previous one is the driving clips. I threw the camcorder, not literally. I set it behind the camcorder itself, behind the wheel, like in that column there between that and the speedometer and that dash. I just had to sit in there and it was just pointing at me, and I picked up Joel for work and stuff like that in midwinter. My first gaming video after that, Abbott Wheels. And then there's a series for a year or so where I didn't edit videos. It was just I threw stuff up there. And then I got this Mad Youth Weekend promo that I edited on iMovie. It took me 3 days.
Jeez.
Most of it was done on the third day because the first 2 days I couldn't figure it out. It's part of the reason why I grew to hate Apple really early on. It was in high school, before I even got to college. Yeah.
High five.
For Windows people on Android.
Android.
Hashtag anti-Apple is my favorite hashtag with that. But I edited that, and that's one of my favorite videos.
Hashtag sour apple. Sorry.
Sour apple. That's a good idea.
See?
It's almost not copyrighted by anything. They can see you.
I know.
It's fisheye. We're talking about my GoPro. But I have that, Harlem Shake, which that just recently, like a month ago, got a copyright notice email. I was like, it's literally 4 years old.
I got a copyright notice from a thing that my cousin did for me. He did the music.
You're like, I can't do anything about. And the funny thing is, YouTube's just like, oh, you have a copyright. You like just notice you don't have to reply or do anything, but you have copyrighted content. It is now demonetized, and it will be run with ads from other.
Well,
I'm like,
I
don't care.
It's also automatic too. Like it's not. It's like a. It's not. It's like a it's not an actual person telling you that.
Yeah, it's just an automated email saying like, hey, you have copyright. And it's the same for everything. And I have to click through to see what it is. Yeah. And it's like, oh, view copyrighted content. I was like, I made the Harlem Shake one 4 years ago. I was like, it's not even relevant now.
Right.
It's not a trend anymore. And I just got a copyright notice. And I've got that one and then my actual one, which I did it. It's got twice as many views, but I did this one for like, service starts now for like church service.
Yeah.
And this one, I got like occasional gaming videos, and I started to get into like vlogging type stuff, which I want to redo. I want to do a second dramatic walk video because this can do 240 frames a second in 720.
Oh, really?
Like I would love to do that. I don't care if it's fisheye; it'll look cool. But I got all kinds of stuff, and then I got into college, where the line of action, my first vlog, and then the video projects. Then I got into obviously video.
You got me into that vlogging.
Yeah, the vlogging because I was like, I just wanted to do that, and it got better into it, and that's how you got into doing the vlogging.
I do my own thing. I don't really
because I think I got this from like Tobuscus from Toby Turner, and I mean I'll tag him in this, be like, hey Toby, how you doing?
It's good to know that we didn't even mention this, I don't think, but we went to the same college.
Yeah, we both went to the Art Institute of Ohio, Cincinnati.
Yeah, which is
and we met in
now.
Well, yeah, it's closing now.
Mm-hmm.
I think graduation for the spring quarter. This first semester of the year, I think, is tomorrow for us. Could be today for you. Anything else, which will be Friday, June 16th. Which that's why I'm down here. Main reason is so I can go that, and also because I don't have to drive in the morning because I'm not a morning person.
The reason I'm off tomorrow is because my birthday's on Saturday.
Ooh, happy early birthday!
I thought I'd have a 3-day weekend.
I don't know. Will it be early for your listeners?
I don't know.
It could be in the past too. Probably both.
You heard how many videos I'm behind, right?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, way before we started shooting our videos
true.
tonight, where he's behind. But yeah, like the vlogging was fun because I was like, I could post stuff and just write on Facebook constantly, or I can just record everything and just edit it together and just like, this is kind of just like I called it a video journal of my life.
I mean, that's what vlogs are, pretty much.
Yeah, it really is a video journal because Toby would do that all the time. He'd do like daily ones. I'm like, I can't do a daily vlog. I have college. But I was like, just whenever I had stuff, threw it together.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed doing that because I was like, I needed something to edit, which is most of the reason I did it. But I was like, I enjoyed doing vlogs. And so that's where I got into that. And then there's some scripted stuff in the projects and stuff like that. And then I later got into trying to do Let's Plays and gaming videos, which not much of a hit, but it just depends on what's hot if you're doing video games.
I did video games for a minute, and those weren't...
For a hot minute.
Yeah.
I did it and I was done.
Those actually weren't very popular on my channel.
Yeah, because I did a series of Let's Plays for Sports Head Football, which I love that game because it's kind of like you're just jumping around your head, you're hitting a ball in like a 2D plane into a goal, which is so much fun. It was fun for me, but then like I would get like 20, 17 views, 20. In between, I somehow threw up a copyrighted remix of a song. I'm not going to call it because I don't want to get noticed by it, even though I might have already. I threw it up there. That's got 369 views. Just in the middle there, 20, 30, 40, 55 was the champion one.
You know,
And I got copyrighted for the Facebook as 10 video, where like the Facebook when it was turned 10 years old 3 years ago, it's like, oh, here's your memories. And I was like, I'll record that and throw it up there just because why not?
And you got a copyright notice.
And I got a copyright notice. So I was like, I thought this was copyright for you. I was like, this is generic like piano type music. I was like,
it's probably
what is
Facebook
this?
Probably owns it. That music.
Yeah, they probably wrote it.
Probably, and that so they
stupid. But I love Facebook.
I actually started with scripted videos. Not really scripted because we didn't really script.
I got distracted by the view count on one of my videos. Like again, talking about relevance of our videos, I had Roblox, which I love playing Roblox, even though it's kind of a childish game. I've been playing it since almost like '08, since it came out. I've been around for a long time.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We'll play that in a little bit. You'll get into it. It'll be fun. That'll be a good video. Watch that later. But I did one with just funny moments with Joel when he and I played it. Yeah. That's got almost 1,300 views, and I did another one that's got 100, and I did some with roommates. Another one with Joel that's got 800 views. Like, that's popular, but I'm like, I just need some people to play it with, and then it'll work. Other than that, other vlogs and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't get a lot of views. Like, if I get 100 views, I'm like, wow, this video got 100 views.
I don't get a lot of views.
But we don't, because we don't have that many subscribers.
And you know what? Actually, a lot of, in my analytics, most of my views come from non-subscribed people. Yeah, that's what I get too. Is like, I'm like, it's because when when I posted on Facebook, I tag like 300 people.
Yeah. Now, why do you do that? Because I've always been curious why you tag like 40 people in each video.
So first it gives me a chance to share my video with all those people on their pages, so that if they accept that tag, it's on their page, so their friends see it. Also, if I just make a post and then share it on my personal page, not as many people will see it. And when I tag, and what I do is that if you pay attention to the actual video and who I'm tagging, the first people I tag are the people that are actually in the video. So it's for their benefit as well. Yeah, so they can find it.
Hey, by the way, I tagged the video.
And so it's basically just a way for me to get my video seen by as many people as I can I can get. So that's why I've always, and like I even made a post early on. I said, if this bothers you, like to anybody, you can tell me to stop, and I will, and that's fine.
Okay, I won't tag you.
Like, and no hard feelings, and nobody said anything. So
you're like, I'm gonna keep tagging.
I continued to. It's funny because you started with a Joel, right? Your friend Joel.
Yeah.
I started with my cousin Joel. It's just kind of funny.
It's a link.
He's got a YouTube channel, which I told you about.
Okay.
He's got about 3,000 subscribers over that.
Oh, jeez.
He started Minecraft videos.
Oh, that's right. If you do whatever you want when it's popular,
he did it right when it was popular.
Yeah, which I feel like if I made a new channel, like if it was a gaming channel with like whatever, it'd probably work. Like if I did one that's something relevant, but I just don't I don't have like my computer, my laptop. Not really a gaming laptop.
Yeah, same here. I have a purple one. Yeah, I bought it.
Mine's built for editing, so that's why I'm like, I'm not too crazy on doing PC games, but I like stream PS4 games now because I have a PlayStation 4. So I'll stream it to YouTube because I'm like, if I want to edit it later, I can just download the video, throw it up.
I could open up the app in Windows and stream my Xbox to my computer, and then record off of that. Well, actually, my laptop can't because it's not powerful enough. But a more powerful computer can, which is pretty cool. I don't know what the resolution is. Probably 720 is what my guess is. But
I think streaming right now with systems like that maxes out at 720. But that's pretty much what I do now.
But anyway, so like my first videos, I did it with Chris, which is the person that I started the channel with. He doesn't really do much now with me. He does some stuff we do. Every once in a while we'll do something, but Joel, my cousin, really, every time we see each other, he lives out in Missouri, I live in Ohio, so we don't see each other all that often. When we get together, we make as many videos as we can.
Kind of like we do, and it's like, we hang out. Here's our ballot of, like, our menu of 5 videos that we need to hit.
How many videos we do tonight?
Well, this is our 4th one. We got more that we're going to make with this gaming video, but...
And then I got some scripted stuff
if we're still awake for it.
I'll be awake, but you've been driving all day.
If anything, we can do it in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because if I'm up, be like, hey, something, it'll work. But that's dating our time because right now it's 1:30 in the morning.
This is true. But I started. We did this series called Vlogs, which I've actually taken down. Vlogs is video game logs, which I did while I was at college.
That's funny. Vlogs.
They weren't that popular.
I think it's because of the name. I'm just gonna
probably
it's possible.
I mean, we tried to address like questions, like for example, like what draws gamers to shooters and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it just got. There was a whole mess of reasons why we stopped, but we basically did 9.
I'm eating a chip.
I'm sure they can tell. And
Num, num, num.
we basically did 9 of those, which was basically almost like a podcast, only we didn't really think of it as a podcast then. And then we stopped doing that, and then I started we do scripted stuff. That's a lot of what we started out with, and that's where the core of the channel came from, was all of our scripted stuff, especially me and Joel and I. And we did Golden Vase, which is that's a dog.
My dog.
The first video that I actually wrote the script for. We did all the right process. Like, I wrote the script, we edited the script, we filmed it in 2 days. We took 2 days to edit it or to film it. And like, we've never done that before. Like, our scripted stuff has never really been scripted. It's been
kind of
improv. We would come up with the story or sort of the story, and then we would just fill it with whatever we thought. But anyway, that leads me to Video Log, my first one, which is you're in it because I
got you. I was like, hey, you should. I wonder if we could find that, and we'll have to do it later just for our own personal.
I have it right here. Thing. Right there.
Which one? No.
Video Log 1.
No, which one? What was all in that one? Do you remember? Because like you obviously you titled this them Video Log number whatever.
No, I have
mine. I had them.
You actually
titled as like I didn't even like.
We would go. We had
put an episode whatever. It was just,
well, we had that class together. We had cinematography.
Yeah.
We would have a half-hour lunch, and so we would go and we would walk to the gas station or whatever.
Speedway. Yeah, we walked. Yeah, we walked to Speedway.
And so that's where and that's what that video. That's what most of that is, us walking, and then there's like another one with me and my friend swinging and jumping off a swing. That was stupid, but like, Bryce is the reason why I started doing this series, and it's kind of shifted into something else. Like, it's not really a vlog, so I changed the name. It's called NerdyPizza, and it's like my main series. And basically, it's basically a vlog, but it's not in the vlog format.
Yeah, that's not where you're doing it with your phones, and that's what we do. Like, there's some YouTubers where they vlog every day. They're using
that's crazy,
like an actual camera, but it's like they're like, oh, my vlogging camera. I'm like, you've got an 80D, you got like a Canon 80D, 80D. It's hard to say 80D.
You talking about that one weird looking guy that looks like Sean Penn?
No.
Oh, he's like the most.
But
he's really popular.
Yeah. Well, Justine's got she has an 80D.
Yeah, I know
She's
she
also
is.
Everybody does. For
good
reason.
I like her.
Yeah. She's nice. But
looking.
That too. Her and her sisters.
I haven't seen her sisters.
Her sister Jenna
started watching it.
Yeah, her sister Jenna has a channel. She does that all the time.
Oh, really?
Brienne, their other sister.
Like, I literally, when I was looking up stuff for the Switch, she did it. She was doing videos.
Yeah, she does a lot of stuff.
So
but she's
the
a
Nintendo
big YouTuber.
Switch, Nintendo. Anyway.
Well, no, they copyright everything pretty much.
Not there. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, Justine has that camera, and so I don't think Jenna does. But they both have a vlogging. They have a smaller vlogging camera. That's almost like it looks like a point and shoot.
Yeah, it's probably a mirrorless.
It could be, but what I like about those that I've seen them do is like they flip the camera up, so it's not out to the side. Where it's like, hey, when we look at the lens and then we look off to the side.
It's funny because what's it called? It's they do videos where they drop phones and they test them.
Phone test type of thing.
No, I can't remember what it's called, but just whatever her name is, Justine. Yeah. Anyway, she met that person who does that. I can't remember their Gizmo Slip.
Okay.
The guy from Gizmo Slip. They were at this YouTube thing that this YouTuber put on, and they were shopping at this crazy store, and she convinced him to get the same camera she had. So I know exactly what camera you're talking about because in that video. Sorry, that was way off.
I don't know how much it costs, but I mean, it's on topic because with like me for vlogging and what you did too, because you had a Windows phone. We just started using our phones. Like that's what I did because I was like, I don't know what Toby uses. I think he uses his phone for a lot of it, and it does now.
Honestly, I mean,
but it works because now they're all really good. They're all 1080. Some of them are 4K. Mine does 1080 at 60 frames a second.
4K.
Yeah, like they can max out at 4K. And I have a Pixel, so like I have unlimited storage. I can film as much as I want.
Yeah.
And then until I want to download it.
I have a Galaxy S7 just for funsies.
Yeah, fun fact. That would see when you steal our stuff and rob our houses. You know what we have. Be like, oh, this is important. We gotta go find it.
They're not gonna steal our stuff. Don't say that.
Don't steal my stuff at this specific address, which is 10. No, I'm just kidding.
Not even close.
Not even close. It's in the 2000s. Mine's in the 10,000s. So I live outside town. The 5-digit. Anyways, why am I so off topic?
I don't know.
But that's the whole point. That's the whole point of the podcast. But it's like I use my phone because I was like aesthetically, like it had the purpose because like vlogging, you want that kind of just like, oh, it's just your head and shoulders type of thing, and it's sort of kind of like a widescreen selfie, like or landscape.
I never used the selfie camera.
You never use the front. I always use the back one because it has that
one.
Focusing ability. And I was like, I don't care if I don't see it, and I also don't want to look at myself, like look away from the actual camera that's there at the top of the phone. So I'm looking at my camera on the back. I was like, oh, I can see my reflection.
Right.
So I was like, I know that's how my shot is.
I couldn't. I had a matte finish on mine, but the reason I
that's why I got
the reason. Oh, okay.
Phone case because they're shiny.
The reason I used the back camera was the focus, like you said, but also because of the quality difference. Because
it was because some of them where they're like 480 or 720 on the front camera, like the ones on the screen side. Back camera, it's like it's 1080. I
think the 1520 is 720 on the front. I don't hold me to that. I haven't.
I don't know.
Played with that phone.
But the phone that I used in college for the vlogging was a Droid Razr M. Yeah, it was Verizon. But my problem is it was like an 8 gigabyte phone, so it was small. Yeah, and it was like physically a smaller phone, memory-wise smaller.
I remember. Yeah.
So it just filled up so much that
8 gigs.
If you look at some of my vlogs, they actually like jumped around because my memory was just so full on that phone that the RAM would just go like just rocket up during the day. So I'd have to clear it every night. And you'd see like vlogs jump around. I was like, I stopped doing vlogs for a little bit. Like there was a couple months where I just didn't do vlogs because I was like, this phone doesn't work. I don't have anything else. Didn't have a GoPro yet. Didn't have the T5i yet, which came from me melting the front of my Hero 3 Silver.
Didn't know you
after we moved. Yeah, you have to look at my moving video. It's called #MovingWest. Yeah. And we burnt this chair from our old house. Yeah. And I had it probably 6 feet from the fire. Yeah. I scooted back, not thinking, the camera is also hot if my face is hot and my face is melting. That's funny. So is the camera that's made of plastic. So I didn't see a red light blinking. I was like, that's not good.
Did the camera
it saved it? Well, it was unusable. It just stopped working. But it saved the footage. It somehow... Really? And I had it on in the video where it ran all the way up to the point that it died. And so that's where I put the color bars and the tone, just like, boop. I threw that in there. I ran that clip all the way up to the end where it died because I just wanted to see what happened when it died. And you can kind of see the camera just start to go, like, kind of like, not the video's just warping, but you can kind of see it sinking. Yeah, a little bit. It's just like, and it's starting to get hot, and then it just died. Yeah. I was like, I don't know how to save the footage, but it, like, the power button was melted, the screen, like the actual GoPro screen on the front was burnt. You could see like hot marks around the camera lens, like where it was melting.
Was it functional at all?
It stopped functioning. It was unfunctional at that point. Which is why I bought the T5i right after that, because I was like, I need a camera. And then but actually, I bought a Hero 3 off of a friend over PS4 from New York. Yeah. And I used that, sold it to my dad's best friend, who I call Uncle Jerry, even though he's not really like a literal uncle. I just called him Uncle Jerry since I was young. And I gave it to him, sold it to him, and I used that money to buy the Hero 5 Black, which I'm using now. So I kind of have like 3 cameras that I use. I don't really use that much for vlogging because the mic's kind of
This is a good subject, the equipment we use.
Yeah, I don't use the microphone on it much. It's kind of weird, but it's like, oh, it'll get dirty, so clean off. And then my T5i, which I have a microphone for that, and I think 160 LED light. It's got a diffuser and then the orange tab that's kind of for warmer colors. And then this blue ice snowball microphone. Yeah. This is what I'm using now.
I use
a video tripod over there.
Right.
And a couple lenses.
I have a photography tripod. Because
we were using that.
Huh?
As I'm taking a drink. So we were using that for some of our videos.
Yeah,
too.
I mean it's nice. It's not bad, definitely not designed for video, but I've got that. I've got a Canon T3i,
which is what we used in college a lot too. When we were like, oh well, we couldn't get
rent those out
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I worked.
That's
at
why
the
you knew
college,
about
so
my
that
camera
was
a
one of
lot.
my first main jobs. I worked at Kroger part time there while I was at college because I needed something. That was after I moved from our apartment complex in the Villages,
Yeah.
which is one, up to Somerset, which is like 2 miles up the road,
Yeah.
almost in Mason. I worked at Kroger there, which is literally across the street from the apartment.
I didn't know you worked at Kroger.
Yeah, that was my actual first job. I never had a job back home.
I always assumed you didn't have a job. Because it made me feel better about myself because I didn't have a job.
You know why? Because I only worked like 12 hours a week.
Oh, really?
They didn't give me any hours, which is why I quit after I worked there for a couple months.
Retail.
They didn't give me. Yeah, it does. I was
really
like,
does.
it wasn't terrible, but I was like, they just didn't give me any hours. If they gave me more hours, I would have been okay with
Retail
it.
sucks.
But also, they didn't. They scheduled me when I was like, oh, I'm on break. I'm going home for 3 weeks, and you're scheduling me. I was like, no, okay, 2 weeks, done. So I did that, and I started working at what we called the Cage, which is what rented out all that equipment at the
Right,
school.
yeah.
And that's where a lot of people got to know me, and I made friends there because I'd be sitting there for 8 or 9 hours between or after classes.
I should have done that. I regret
No,
that.
because that would have taken my job in
Oh,
5 hours.
so-
So no.
Sorry.
So technically, no. I'm just kidding.
I helped you out.
You probably could have. Yeah, you did. But that's where John,
They had the T3 guys there. But,
where John worked there, and that's
oh, really?
I forget. I'm blanking on his last name right now. I'm sorry, John, if you're listening. maybe not. I don't know. But they had so much equipment that I was on the price on all the equipment there. But they had TV3Is, they had Nikons, they had a bunch of video cameras that had tape, non-tape.
Well, we used this for like, yeah, I
And
remember
we used the T3i because we're like, oh well, it does video. We'll use that.
I
And we get the lenses.
I remember getting the T3i for a project. It was actually for the one I was telling you about earlier with the death thing, the murder thing I did. And I didn't have a fast enough SD card, but I didn't know that at the time. So I didn't know what I was, because it kept stopping recording because it wasn't a fast enough card. And I was naive. Even though I was in college, I was still
We were
naive.
still learning.
I was. And
Yeah,
so
and I didn't even know that much until like recently. I was like, oh, that's why.
I've learned quite a bit recently.
Yeah,
as
we've
well.
learned. I think I've learned just about as much out of college just from doing jobs, which we'll get to in a minute. About then also in college, where it's like I went into college because I learned from running switcher and remote cameras at church, where we do like live production, running cameras and stuff like that in my church. And that's what really got me into doing video stuff, which I decided the winter before I graduated high school. I was like, I want to go to college for video. So a month later, I go and visit AI, decided to go there. Thus, everything unfolds as it is.
Did they like, they were like weird about me. Like when I went to the orientation for Art Institute, they pulled me out of they were talking and they pulled me out of that, me and my dad. And they were like, okay, sign this. And they were real quick about it. And like, it was kind of like almost like, what's happening? Like, and
like,
they,
what are you
before
signing?
in the end of the day, I was already signed up. She wanted me to start 2 weeks from then, which I couldn't.
Oh, so you almost basically signed your, like, I'm going to start, okay. And like you didn't know. Maybe, was that what it was?
Huh?
Like, where you just kind of signed, like, yes, I'm willing to go here. Here's all the paperwork.
We went to just look, just to visit, and that's what the orientation is. And I don't know why, but she I won't say her name, but she she's like so like gun ho about it. And like me and my dad are pretty quiet people, so like we weren't like fighting it, but we were like, what is happening? And it would happen so quick. And
well, if it was the same, it could have been the same person as I had.
Maybe
was she like? I don't want to try and pin. No, because I think mine was Rachel.
No,
I had Rachel Blackburn, which I loved Rachel and then when she had to leave to go to like the one in Texas or something, I was like, no, Rachel, don't leave, because I go to her a lot for just questions and stuff like that at school, because it was almost like a counselor in high school type thing. I go to her. I was like, even though she's an admissions director.
Yeah,
but
my lady never. She never really talked to me that much after. She's like, I'll follow you and I'll make sure you get to where you need to go and all that stuff. And she never like, shut up, dogs.
That was mean.
But anyway, back on topic. I have the T3i, the Canon T3is, which is the camera I use. I use my phone for some things, for the camera on that, which is, you already heard, Samsung Galaxy S7. And I have a Blue Yeti microphone, which I'm using currently.
Yeah, you're currently using that. Which, I mean, it looks nice, and it's literally blue.
It is literally blue. I like this. It's like a blue and black. And
isn't the brand blue too?
Yeah.
So it's a blue microphone.
Yeah, that's right.
Mine's a white blue. because it's ice and snowball.
Ice.
It's actually round and it's white.
And I'm also my computer I bought for my cousin. She bought it for college. It was a mid-level at best when she bought it, and it's purple and it's okay now, but I need a better computer. But that's the computer I use. And yeah, so that's
you can sell it and trade it in and get something nice.
I don't want to sell it. I'm weird about.
You have an emotional tie to it.
I'm weird about stuff like that.
I said you could actually save it, keep the stuff there, back it up on a hard drive or something like that, and then go get a new one. Because mine, it's really editing OP. It's pretty good. I need to get an external video card when those come out. Hook that up, but. It's built for the editing, and it was like $900. And I had my eye on it for months because I was like, I need a laptop.
I like Toshiba too.
Yeah, that was my first one too, and that's what this one is. Which it's got a nice backlit keyboard.
Yours is a slick looking computer. I was jealous when because he bought it, came down here. I put
it's
Premiere
beeping
on
while I
it.
press this. I don't know if anybody can hear it.
I can't hear it.
There we go. It's gone now. Well, I mean yours. Because it was beep, 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 beep.
Oh, was it? Oh, it was the shift.
It's kind of like sticky keys,
which I
was pressing control.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like beep, beep, boop, beep, 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 beep. I was like, it was almost like a Morse code.
That's awesome. I love sticky keys. They make no sense, but the sounds are fantastic.
I know. It's like beep, 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 beep. I like the fifth one. We're like because the fifth one, you press it, it's like the ding when you do a doorbell, like ding, and then you let go, it goes pew.
Yeah, I love that. Awesome.
That's my favorite part. I was like, dude, I'll do that every once in a while, until I actually break it. I'm like, crap.
So, what job do you have, Bryce?
Well, currently I work for. I actually have more than one job, believe it or not. But I mean, I think it's pretty common, I guess, in the video field, maybe. Yeah. And I mean, that's something you can describe in yours too. But I work at iHeartRadio in Lima, Ohio. It's iHeartMedia, but it's literally iHeartRadio, same thing. Just whichever one you want to call it.
Right.
But I work at 1150 AM, which is WIMA, and I work at it's the news talk station, news radio, stuff like that. And I write the news stories that go up for local news stories that for local news and headlines. And then on Fridays now, I did this today because it was Thursday because I have Friday off this week. This particular week.
Yay for Fridays off.
Woo, Friday off. That makes it even better, too, when it's Friday and you have Friday off.
3-day weekend.
3-day weekend. Whoop. And then I have next Tuesday off for another reason. But I record the weekend headlines. So on Saturdays, or if you pull it up on the iHeartRadio app and pull up 1150 AM, you can hear me actually do my local headlines in Lima. And it's every half hour, bottom of the hour. And I've only ever heard myself once. And I don't know what time it was. Goodness, not burping, but it's just I burp. But that's what I do for my main job, and it's part-time, a little bit above minimum wage, but I'm it's a radio station. I'm not gonna get a lot out of it, but I enjoy it. I'm not an English person. I don't like to write, but I've been told I'm not a journalist, but I'm good at it. And it's one of those weird things that I can say I'm good at something that I don't like to do, which is writing. Because I'm a primarily visual guy in video editing, which is why one of my other jobs is working at NK Telco Sports in New Knoxville, which is the NK. It's a sports channel, so we do local sports channels at high school. We'll go to Ohio Northern, Wright State Lake Campus, and film stuff. Okay. I'll be the assistant director, which I'm running graphics and replays and audio now. When they rearrange the truck inside a little bit, and it's like a van, a big full-size van. And then also run cameras, running wires, stuff like that. Setting up a 2-3 camera production. Yeah. Running that.
That's pretty cool. Actually.
To tape, live to tape. Yeah. That's what we call it at school. I never use it anywhere else, but we record it. Yeah. They put it on TV a couple hours later.
That's pretty cool.
And then what I also work for is a guy named Nick Kellis. I don't know actually what he calls his business because I also worked a little bit with Wow Media Marketing. Yeah. And then Nick's is Nick Kellis ECM. Yeah. And it's and I forget what it is. I have his card, but I know it stands for something. But now and then he's I guess with the news release of our movie, it was flyover state production or something something like that. Yeah. So I work for him. I've been working with him for 2 years. He's a director producer, and we're shooting a movie now.
That's pretty cool.
In Lima called A Walk with Grace. So I've been running camera with him as like second camera, and I'm running like lead BTS behind the scenes for this movie, which will come out I think later this year, like around fall, Christmas, winter, sometime like that.
Is he going through a production company, or is it his?
It's with his and some other people. So we brought some people in from like North Carolina, LA, all over the place.
Is he gonna try to put it in any competitions or whatever?
Well, it's like a full length movie. It's a big movie. So,
like,
but we're gonna run it at our local Regals.
Okay.
And then obviously get more money. We can put more exposure to it, and then either make a TV series out of something else or whatever. But those are pretty much my 3 jobs, because he does like commercials and stuff like that, and we'll do local shoots.
So
I've got 3 jobs, and it doesn't quite add up to full time money wise. Yeah. Like, I'm not rich or poor by any means, but I'm still fighting for a paycheck. That's the hard part about contractual work, which I think is a lot of video people where you're searching for the next job, and you have to shamelessly plug, like you said, where it's like, I'm trying to look for people, get your name out, so you're always known. I guess that's kind of where our YouTube channels sometimes go. We're like, oh, we got to get our name out. Yeah. Boom, we get a job, something like that.
Now me, on the other hand, I have one boring job and other things that I'm trying to start. So I work at a place called Total Quality Logistics, which is a logistical company.
Really?
Yeah.
I never would have guessed. I never would have guessed by the title.
TQL for
business
short.
name.
It's boring I'll just bore you with the details. But I'm in accounting. I don't do math. I just separate. It's very simple. I just separate documents.
It's an office job.
And yeah, exactly. I sit at a computer all day. But
and I think from the picture you showed me, is a quintessential cubicle job.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm not even a full cubicle. I'm like in a half cubicle. It's definitely not where I'm supposed to be for the rest of my life. Right now, it is steady. It's it's a decent paycheck, and it's giving me experience. But a few things on the side. I occasionally will film weddings, so almost like a freelance. That's what I do too. Almost like a freelance type thing.
Yeah, that's what I do in the summer.
I'm actually doing one in April.
I'm doing one actually. I'm doing this will be the first time I'm actually not filming the wedding in its entirety. I'm doing a highlight video. I'm actually doing this in July, and then I've got weddings scheduled for 2 next year. I think one, and they're unofficial, but one April and October of next year, 2018.
Really?
So I was like, I've never scheduled that far forward, and it's unofficial. I'm like, can we just lock it in? Yeah. Even though it's a year and a half later, you got your wedding day. Hi, Bobri.
Sorry, Chloe came to visit. One other thing that I'm currently writing a script for a movie that I want to produce. And go lay down. Sorry. Go, Chloe.
You're good. Don't worry about it. All right, continue.
I'm writing a script right now. And I want to, and I don't even know how to even get started with this, but I want to do a production company myself. What are you pointing at?
Keep going. Distracted. I was doing something on the computer. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, and I actually do know how to start, and that's to finish the script and to actually film it. And you're actually, if you remember, you agreed to help me film it.
Yeah, I did.
Which is awesome. I don't know how.
I don't think we set a date yet.
Oh no, not even close.
Yeah, you're still writing, so it's unofficial.
I'm like Bryce. I'm not a writer, but I'm currently taking a class to learn how to write. Yeah,
I love editing. I'm great with camera and editing and stuff like that. Because I said, I can control what my product looks like. Yeah. It's just having a product to make something out of is my most difficult part. Is trying to write something, create ideas. Yeah. That I wouldn't want. Putting it on paper sounds wrong because it's exactly the struggle is trying to get something down on paper to shoot. Yeah. So I was like, I love shooting and editing. So there's not anything to shoot and edit.
Me too, but I decided this year that something happened. I won't go into details, but it kind of inspired me to write this movie. So I started to write the script, and I don't do dialogue. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at writing. So I decided to take the class, which is masterclass.com. Okay. Aaron Sorkin teaches it. He's a big Hollywood writer. He's really good at what he does. He does Social Network, Steve Jobs, all that. So I'm learning a lot from that, learning a lot how to write. And so That's how I need to start, but I don't know where to go from there. But I want that's what I want to do is have a production company.
Yeah, that's kind of what I have with Superhamrick Productions. Is it's kind of like my business, quote unquote, but it's not really a business because I haven't felt LLC at the end. Which I was like, if that's the way to start, then I have to pay taxes later
Right.
when it comes to April. But
in Pizza Productions actually is mine. So.
Yeah, so they're like unofficial businesses,
Right.
but they're our own like way to say, hey, this is how we market ourselves. And I've done that a couple times where I've shot a musical and edited it. But I guess that's kind of where you get going with video jobs outside of our YouTube channels where we're doing stuff professionally. We want to, like, I guess our dream job is to run our own film business, which I think is, if you're not directing or producing or something like that, you kind of want your own. Everybody obviously wants to. It's kind of like an American dream, I guess, for us. Own a house, car, family, run your own business. I think for us, obviously, it's video. I think that's where we want to be, and that's kind of where I want to be in 5-10 years. That's probably being a little bit rushed and a little bit too anxious, but that's kind of where I want to be. I don't know about you.
I know that I need
spot.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I want a family, and I know starting a business is incredibly hard.
Yeah, it's
I'm actually at Crossroads. I have sorry, I know that we're running on time, but I can't remember the stupid name of it. But it's like almost like a week, like a monthly conference type thing.
Okay.
Oh God, that's gonna drive me nuts not knowing the name. But
That's all right.
it's like about people starting small businesses, and my brother's gonna start a small business, and so that kind of inspired me to want to do that. But I don't know. I don't really have a projection. I mean, obviously, I want to start.
Yeah, like, and where we're at, we're kind of just struggling to even just be on our own. Because like, that's probably going to put us in our place a little bit, just around to other people. Like, we still live with our families for various reasons, not because we have to. I think for me, it's because I want to. I enjoy living with my family. Because if I, like right now, I'm not dating anybody and I'm not looking to get married right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like living on my own would just be extra things to pay for. Like,
it's a good way
obviously
to
for
save
us,
money.
internet. Yeah, we're saving money. And then it's like, for me, it's like I still pay for and buy my own stuff and I pay for things.
Yeah, right. Same.
But I'm not like living at home because like, I'm too poor to live on my own, which is part of it. But post recession, it's kind of difficult to be on our own. Which that's kind of where I'm at. I feel like that's where you're at too. We're kind of in the same boat.
Yeah, you have more jobs than me, and your jobs.
I love to work, but not
your jobs
work overall.
Your jobs are more closely related to what you want to do.
Yeah, and I think mine
has absolutely nothing.
And I'm like super like picky about it. I'm like, I swore I was like, I'm never gonna work fast food. I want to make my degree where I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah,
like I said if that's at the cost of being prosperous and rich, so be it. I'd rather struggle money wise and do what I want than to not do what I want. Because I think it's that old adage where it's like, if you hate your job, you'll never get paid enough. But if you love your job, you never get paid a day in your life or something like that. Something like whatever.
You never work a day.
You never work a day in your life. And that's kind of where I feel like I'm at. Granted, I'd like to make more money so I can do that stuff. But I'm like, I'm not saying I'm not working for the money.
I'd like to be comfortable. But I also I want to do where my passion is, or I think it's been put in my heart to do my passion. Something like that, and it's exactly right where you don't work a day in your life. It's something you love to do. So right now I'm working.
we're both working, whether it's one job or 3 jobs. So that's kind of us.
Yeah,
that's where our lives are, and now you get to learn a little bit about us, whether it's obviously starting our YouTube channels, which is just for fun, also serious business.
Yeah.
And then also just our other boring jobs, which for me is video. You work in an office job.
Which I'm grateful for my job, too.
Yeah, if you like your job, it's not going to kill you.
It's a good company to work for, too.
Yep. So thank you guys for listening and watching on my channel. Check out Aaron's podcast, audio only on
NerdyPizza. You can search NPizza1, no spaces on YouTube, and it's the first channel that comes up.
Yep, and I am Superhamrick94 on YouTube. facebook.com/Superhamrick94. It's self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
All of our links to all of our stuff is in the description. So we thank you guys for watching and listening again. And I don't know what else to say. We have hit our topics. It's perfect. So thank you guys for watching.
Hope you guys click again for our
click
next
again
one.
And like and subscribe on our videos. And I'm not super picky about it, but do it because we love you and we want you to watch more of our stuff and enjoy us in the future.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for
Bye
listening.
guys. Bye.